Hi everyone, it's Natalie, and thank you guys so much for joining me today. Welcome back. Well, I feel like I just came back from the grave because I was so sick for like a week and a half. So I'm gonna tell you guys why, and it's been scary too. So we are still in quarantine, and I'm sure everybody's feeling it. We're all kind of getting bored and frustrated and getting annoyed with our loved ones, and I understand. And honestly, I've been there, and I'm probably gonna feel like that too once I'm done recording and I spend some time with my family. But yeah, you guys, it's been crazy because when I just got done uploading my video like last week, the next day I was feeling sick. And I'm just gonna start from the beginning. So I'm sorry if it's all over the place, but I'm gonna try to give you a detailed story of how this sickness all started. Okay? So let's go. All right, so about 3 weeks ago, I started to feel sick. I was sweating, but it was like a cold sweat. It was a cold sweat. And I was feeling really weak, and I just felt like my blood pressure was, I had low blood pressure. And so I kept, one of my team members asked me saying, hey, are you okay? And I just vented to her and I was saying, no, I feel like this. And then she said maybe I was anemic. I'm like, maybe, but I don't know. So the week after that, I felt better. I was doing my thing, working and everything. And once my week off started, boom, I started feeling sick. And it was just 10 times worse as what I felt the week before, or when I was feeling sick. And this time, when I would walk, I would just feel so tired, so weak, I had to sit down. And at first, I thought it was okay. Like, I'm fine. Maybe maybe I have allergies, or maybe I'm getting myself worked up because unfortunately I'm kind of crazy. And when, let's say, this virus is happening and people are talking about it and the symptoms that people are saying to be cautious about, those can be any other symptoms for like anything. And so my brain will think it, it will not stop thinking about it, and I would feel like it's this horrible thing. So I was telling myself, I'm just psyching myself out and just calm down. Well, days have been passing, and it was starting to get really hard to breathe. And I'd never experienced that before in my life. Like, when you can't breathe, when it's hard to breathe, it's fucking scary. And I just did not know what it was. I did not know if it was a panic attack or anxiety. So I kept trying to just deep breathe and just push through. And finally, my husband just looks at me. He's like, we need to go to urgent care because you just don't look well. I call your doctor, and she said, no, they don't provide the test, because he wanted me to get tested for the COVID-19 test. Probably gonna get in trouble by YouTube for saying it. But she said, we don't have the test for that, and she can't come in. So go to the ER, go to urgent care, and get herself checked. And so we called a lot of urgent cares. For some reason, a lot of them were closed. And now if you have like fever, coughing, difficulty for breathing, you can't go in urgent care. You have to call them and tell them what's going on. And either they go to your car, or they sterilize everything and they will let you know when you can go in. And that's what happened. We found a place and we went in. And so, sorry, I need a burp. And so I went in, I was the only one there. And so I go in one of the rooms, and this nurse is taking my vital signs and everything. And she kept telling me, no, that was the doctor. Well, my blood pressure was fine. I did not have a fever. And so the doctor comes and she checks my lungs. And she's just asking me to breathe again and breathe again and breathe again. And then right away, like she said, we need to put you on a ventilator. And so I've never had to use one. And so here I am. I was on it. And she said, stay there. You're going to do this treatment for about 5 to 10 minutes. And once you're done, we're going to go back and check your lungs again. And my husband's just trying to crack jokes. And he's trying to talk to me, but I can't talk at this point. Like, literally, it is so hard for me to talk. Because it's still kind of hard for me to talk right now because I'm finally able to breathe better. But by that time, like, it was hard for me to talk. I could not breathe, and I just felt like my lungs were about to collapse. It's just hard to explain. Like, I feel like I was breathing, but I was breathing through a really thin straw. And I wasn't getting a lot of oxygen. And so once I was done, the doctor came in and she heard my lungs, and she's like, I want you to get an x-ray in your lungs just to see if you don't have like a mass or tumors, because I'm a little worried. And the word cancer scares me, you guys. Like, I lost my mom by cancer, and again, I heard that, and like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I did not even think about me having tumors in my lungs. So here I am thinking I'm gonna die because she's gonna diagnose me with that. But luckily, I was cleared. But she tested me for the flu, came out negative. And so that's when she's like, you know what, I want to take this the COVID test because I'm just worried about your lungs. You don't have a lot of the symptoms, but I'm looking at you and you do not look well, and I'm hearing how you breathe, and it's worrying me. And so they do the swab test and everything, and she told me to isolate myself, and that's what I did. But she prescribed me with an inhaler and some antibiotics for bronchitis. And I said, okay, fine. And I got home, and then the next day she's like, hey, we got some results. We don't have the results for that test, but you have pneumonia, so we're gonna give you more medication and go somewhere. Do not be near your husband, your kids. Just be in a room and isolate yourself. And that's what I did. And let me tell you, like, it was scary because here I am wanting to cuddle with my husband or with my girls, because when I don't feel well, I like to cuddle with them, but I couldn't even do that. I was in a room alone, and at times it would get so hard to breathe. Like, I don't know what to do. I thought I was gonna die. I'm exaggerating, probably, but honestly, it just felt so bad and so scary. But then it was weird because I would feel so sick, but then for like a couple minutes, I felt like I had energy and I was feeling better. And when I would stand up and go to the bathroom, again, it was so hard for me to get up and do things. And I tried to take a shower, and I was just so weak, so I just sat on the ground and just let the water hit me, and that's it. But I got the test today, and I don't have it, thank God. But I still have pneumonia, and the doctor wants me to finish my antibiotics. I'm still taking my inhaler. I'm finishing one with like the bronchitis or whatever today, but I still have to finish my other medicine for pneumonia. And those pills are so fucking huge. Like, I already have a hard time just swallowing an Advil pill. Now that thing, I feel like I'm gonna die. But yeah, I feel better now. My body still aches. It's so hard for me to breathe, but I'm able to sleep, because I wasn't able to sleep. I would tried to sleep on my side, but I couldn't get enough oxygen in me. And then when I would lay down, like, I felt like I was drowning. And now I know why, because I have pneumonia. But yeah, it was so scary. But I guess what I'm trying to tell you guys is take your symptoms serious. And even though everybody thought I was gonna be tested positive, sometimes you're lucky like me and you don't, and you just have something else that's shitty. But yeah, please just, I don't even know how I got pneumonia, honestly. I know a coworker, he had bronchitis and he took a day off, but then he came back to work and maybe he got me sick. I don't know, but I've never had bronchitis. I've never had pneumonia, and it's scary. But I'm excited because I get to spend some time with my kids, because I couldn't interact with them because we didn't want to take the risk. But I go back to work next week and I'm excited, but I'm nervous too because, you know, I'm in an essential store and people are gross. They just go to the store just to get out, and I've witnessed people sneeze on a shirt and just keep going, and that's nasty, and especially right now with everything that's going on. But anyways, sorry, back to what I was saying. Take your symptoms serious and do not think you're being stupid or you're just overreacting, because that's how I felt too. And just go to the doctor and be honest. And if you feel like the doctor is making you second guess yourself or making you feel stupid, who cares? Just fight for what you think you want, and or find yourself a doctor that will listen to you. And luckily for me, I got this doctor named Dr. Jill, and she was awesome. She heard everything that I had to say and she took me serious. And even though I had a lot of doctors that will look at me and just make me feel stupid for like unrelated reasons, this doctor was fucking awesome, and I know there's many more doctors out there just like her. But yeah, I don't know how long this quarantine's gonna last, you guys, and it sucks, but you know, at least I know I'm in a house that I'm safe and I'm with my loved ones, and we're gonna get through this. And I know it's hard, like mentally I find myself getting a little bit depressed, but I'm counting my blessings. And yeah, and you know, one thing is Starbucks is really expensive, so what I like to do is get a drink and like keep the cup and reuse it. That way I just make myself some coffee, pour it in there, and I feel rich. Yeah, but yeah, you guys, I just want to give you a little update of what has happened to me, and hope you guys are doing well. And I don't know how to do closing videos, so I hope you enjoy this video, you guys, and see you next time. Make sure you subscribe and like my video. Bye, you guys. See you next time.